Hi everyone. As per normal, when we take a camping trip, we like to give a little review of the campground, and so that way other people coming to this area can kind of know what to expect. I'm going to turn this camera around, and I will start with our campsite. We are staying in Happy Acres Campground. It is in Bristol, Wisconsin, about 40 miles from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We came up here for the Harley Davidson Homecoming and stayed at this park. I'll do a little bit of a walkthrough here, show you some of their sites. Of course, the whole campground, nothing's paved. All the drives and stuff in here are gravel. We're in the upper half of the campground, and they do have a few pull-through sites, which that's what we're in. Is a pull-through site, and the sites are gravel. They're fairly level, but everything in here is gravel, so be aware of that. They do maintain it pretty well. This campground does not have full hookups. They do have water and electric, and they do have a dump station on site, but they do not have full hookups. The other thing is they do not offer Wi-Fi here in the campground. But like I said, this is just a little bit of, like I said, the upper part of the campground. Like I said, these are back-end sites. As you can see, there used to be gravel, but not really gravel anymore. But all the campsites have got fire rings. They do have a little charcoal cooker, picnic tables, and they keep it up pretty nice. They do have, you can see down here, they do have little cabins for rent. Here's a couple of them right here. I don't know how much they are. We stay in an RV, so we never check to see how much cabins are at campgrounds. This is the pool. It's not a real big pool, but it's nice. They keep it nice and clean, and like I said, it's big enough to get in and enjoy yourself if it's hot out here. And then right over here, this is the back side of course, the office where you would check in when you get here. It's closed. They close at 5 o'clock. But that's where you check in. They do have a small camp store in there. It's got the, you know, just the bare necessities that you might need. They do have a little concession stand inside there as well. They make all kinds of different things that you can order when they're open. And also in there, they've got a pool table, a few video games for the kiddos. So that's the check-in and the camp store. Right over here there is a pavilion that you can use for, you know, they let you use it for just about anything, I believe, while you're here, get-togethers and whatnot. They do right over here have a big full-size volleyball court, sand volleyball court right over there. And then down here in this area, they have got, this park is really kind of geared towards family and little kids, but over here they've got a petting zoo. They've got chickens, ducks, they got peacocks, they got pigs, little donkeys, they've got goats, llamas, all kinds of, you know, farmyard animals, like a petting zoo for the kiddos if you've got kids here at the park with you. I'm gonna go check inside and make sure nobody's in the bathroom, and I will show you the bathroom, showers, and of course the laundry room. Okay, this is the bathroom. Of course, for the bathroom, they've got bathrooms, but they've got 3 showers in here as well. We've actually used the showers here since they're not full hookups. We didn't want to fill up our gray tanks real quick by using the shower. One thing I will point out is the showers are coin operated. They charge you $1/4 for 8 minutes of runtime on the water. Wasn't real happy with that. I feel like when you stay in a campground, the on-site showers should be free. Of course, that's just my opinion. And we walk out here and we'll show you the laundry room. I mean, it's just that, it's a laundry room. They got a couple of washers and a couple of dryers in here, but that's a laundry room. As I did mention at one point, they do not have full hookups here. They've got water and electric, and they do not have sewer. None of the sites have sewer hookups. They do have a dump station on site for when you're leaving, and they offer a dump service for a charge. Now, if you're staying here for a full week, they give you one dump service for free. And the other thing they don't have here in the park is they do not have Wi-Fi. The only place they have Wi-Fi is if you come up to the camp store, like to their little restaurant sitting area. You can connect to Wi-Fi, like if you need to check email, just whatever. This right here is a little basketball court they've got for the kiddos, or the adults too if you want to play. This is it's for the kids. You go inside the camp store and they get the kids like a bag of stuff, and they put it in this and they run the water, and they get to mine for gemstones and fossils. Just right over here is the dog park that they have if you want to cut your pets loose inside there. If you bring your furry family with you, which we always do. We don't use the dog park though. We walk our dog around on a leash and get her exercise out that way. I'm gonna walk over here and show, they do have a putt-putt course here on site for everybody to use. Here's a couple of horseshoes and cornhole, and I'm gonna make my way over here and show you the putt-putt golf course. As I said earlier, they do not have sewer hookups, but they do have 2 dump stations here on site that you can bring your portable toter up here and empty, or you can just, you know, pull in here as you're leaving and empty your camper out. Right over here, what I'm walking up to is the putt-putt golf course they have here. It's for everybody in the park to use. You just have to go into the office and get you some balls and some clubs. But this is their on-site putt-putt golf course. Everything I've showed you so far is on the upper half of the campgrounds, and that's of course where we're staying. This road right here, it leads down to the lower and the second half of the campgrounds. It's bigger than the top half, and they do have that's where all their seasonal long-term spots are back there in the back. They do have another big shelter house back there, a couple of playgrounds for, you know, the kiddos. And this right down here that I'm walking down towards, this is their they have an on-site pond, mini lake, whatever you want to call it. You can fish in it. They do have swimming in it. Of course, here's another little playground. They rent paddle boats and kayaks. On the weekends, they've got big blow-up things they put out there for the kiddos. They do have a small little swimming beach. It's just that it's kind of an entryway into the water if you're going to swim. But it's a nice little park. They got picnic tables all around it. You could sit out here and enjoy, you know, sitting next to the water, and it's pretty nice. Like I said, all in all, park's been a pretty good park. We generally like parks with full hookups, but that's just us. Of course, there's Michelle walking up the hill with our new pup Saki. We lost Shasta, our Siberian Husky, earlier this year, and we've had this new pup Saki. She's a Bernedoodle pup. She's 5 months old right now, so she's our new addition. But that pretty much wraps up the park here. I will leave one more just little complaint that I had about this park. The first morning we were here, they were out cutting grass and weed eating and blowing, and they started somewhere between 7:30 in the morning and 8 o'clock. And then a couple of days ago into our trip, they were trimming trees same time, between 7:30 8 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know, I look at it as, you know, most people here on vacation, they might have stayed up late, they might want to sleep a little late, so, you know, cutting grass and weed eating and running chainsaws at 7:30 8 o'clock in the morning, to me just seemed a little inconsiderate by the park personnel. But otherwise, that kind of wraps up our overview of Happy Acres Campground. So if you're in the area and want to stay somewhat close to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is one of your choices.